What's up guys, Jordan here from Show Me Vegas. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are back in Vegas and we're back at a place we haven't been since the grand opening in 2021. This is Crockfords at Resorts World, Las Vegas. Resorts World opened back in 2021 to a lot of fanfare because this was the site of the former Stardust. It was torn down to make way for a new project known as Echelon Place, but the Great Recession came and stalled that project, and it sat empty and unfinished for a lot of years until Genting came along and purchased this land to make way for Resorts World. Resorts World actually has 3 separate hotels here in the same building. They're all part of the Hilton family of brands. There's the Hilton, which comprises the majority of the rooms. Then there's an upper scale brand known as Conrad, and then there's the elite Hilton brand known as Crockfords, and that's where we're at today. This is a 1-bedroom suite here at Crockfords, Las Vegas. This room is one of our favorites that we've ever had in Las Vegas, so let's go ahead and take a look around.
First off, or first impressions of the room, it's gorgeous. So when you first walk into the room, you have a beautiful living room, spacious. The view, the windows, floor to ceiling windows, TV, nice size, especially for the size of the room. My personal favorite, the wet bar here, your personal Nespresso machine. It comes with a couple Nespressos, tea, and of course, the stuff you don't want to touch. So second thing that I want to point out for Resorts World is, yes, you have the dreaded mini bar where, again, I would never actually purchase anything out of that because it's way too expensive.
You would too. You buy Snickers out of those things all the time.
Just a couple times. Just a couple.
Yeah,
you get the secrets. However, next to it is your own personal mini fridge. And guys, as you know, that's not common here in Las Vegas. And I also want to point out, like, how beautiful is this artwork in the built-ins here.
Yeah.
So, let's come on back to the bedroom, the boudoir. So separate from the living room is your 1 bedroom. One really cool feature, not only the artwork above the bed, but you have this cool backlight too.
Lighted headboard.
Yeah, above the bed, which is kind of a neat feature, I think. Makes the room seem elevated. And can we talk about the amount of pillows?
I was about to say, can we talk about the pillows? If you're a pillow monster, well then this room is for you.
That's me. I'm a pillow monster.
6 pillows on a king-size bed?
Yeah.
Who uses 6 pillows?
And listen, in case you are wanting to just have a seat, have a cocktail, anything like that in your room, you have your own chase with a table here. Of course, with a view. Your TV, which is quite large, I feel like. If you've had a long day, I'm going to show you something. Every Crockford room comes with one of those Theraguns.
It's not charged, is it?
It's not charged. Yes, not charged. So enough about the bedroom. Let's go to my favorite spot in the suite, which is the bathroom. So we've made it to the bathroom, and quite honestly, this is probably one of my favorite bathrooms I've ever seen in Las Vegas. I really like the separate vanities. There's his and hers vanities, I guess that's what you would call it. Really cool feature. We've got the backlit mirrors. the gold fixtures, just a beautiful bathroom. And for my ladies, as I know sometimes I have struggled with finding or having in even suites a makeup or vanity area. Well, over here they actually have a seat or a stool that you can sit and do your makeup, which quite honestly is a huge plus for me. This amazing deep tub. And first off, I want to say that even I think Jordan can fit in this bathtub. So next I want to show you the shower. So when you have the suite, you have a separate shower. And you know, I wouldn't call it a two-person shower, it's more of a one-person shower, but it's got a huge raindrop shower head. I'm not a huge fan of these personally, but like I said, they are a good brand. I'm a little leery when it comes to the things that are already actually in the shower like that. Next up is the closet. First off, you have this gorgeous dresser with 4 separate drawers. And then over on this side, you have a place for your suitcase, and quite honestly, I guess another suitcase or bags or whatever you don't want sitting out. You've got complimentary robes, you have your safe, and you've got extra storage up here, I guess, if you need it. Overall, guys, this room, it's super impressive. I am, honestly, I feel like I almost like this better than any other suite or room that we've stayed in.
We'll talk more about this room after we've had a chance to stay in it for 3 nights, but our first impressions are very favorable, and the service thus far, especially at check-in, was outstanding. So we're off to a great start, and we can't wait to see what this stay has in store.
Resorts World has an outstanding collection of restaurants, and on night 1 we were headed off to the Italian restaurant Brezza. Dinner was great, and we love the casino floor at Resorts World, so we couldn't wait to get outside and try our luck. On the first night, we actually did have a little luck. After gambling, it was time to head upstairs to one of the best rooftop lounges on the Strip, All A on 66 for a nightcap.
So it's the morning of day 2, and last night we had dinner at Brezza. That's an Italian restaurant here at Resorts World, and it was really good. We'll talk more about the restaurants at the end of the video, but today we're just gonna hang out at Resorts World all day long. One thing we love about this property is that it's big enough and offers enough stuff that you don't even have to leave, which is good because the location isn't great. That said, we need a little bit of breakfast. We're gonna go to Suns Out, Buns Out downstairs for breakfast. Then we've got the itch to gamble, and we love the casino floor here, so we can't wait to get downstairs and try our luck. Wish us luck. All right, back in the room. Gambling didn't go great today, but when does it ever go great? It never goes great for us. We're down a little bit, not terrible. We got to play a couple hours before it finally started taking our money away. We gave up, came back up to the room, changed clothes because we can't wait to get down to the pool. The sun's out today, it's supposed to be in the low 70s, and the pool here at Resorts World is open year-round. Now by the time this video comes out, the pool will be open fully for the summer. Today it's a little bit limited because it's not summer hours just yet, and it's super windy out there, but 70s, early March, we can't wait to get down there and get some sun.
Dinner on our final night at Resorts World was a place we've long wanted to go. It was Wallys Restaurant, Wine Bar, and Market. After a late dinner, our trip was winding down, so we decided to put a nightcap on the entire trip with a cocktail at Gatsby's, which is a super cool cocktail lounge on the Resorts World casino floor.
So that was our experience at staying at Crockfords at Resorts World. So let's talk a little bit more in depth about what it's like to stay there.
All right, so let's talk about the room. This was, from a purely room standpoint, one of our favorite rooms that we've ever had on the Las Vegas Strip. It was a 1-bedroom suite in Crockfords West. So you do have to walk a little bit to get to the Crockfords West elevators. But as Ashton said, the room itself was absolutely gorgeous. It has high ceilings, it's beautifully decorated, and it has all the amenities you would expect in a high-end hotel. And one of the cool features at Crockfords is that Nespresso machine. It may not completely replace your morning coffee, but it is definitely a good start before you leave the room. There were a couple of things about the room we didn't like. Number one, we had a really hard time getting hot water. We never truly got a hot shower. It was just barely above lukewarm, which is odd in a brand new building to not be able to get hot water.
Now let's talk about the service at Crockfords. When we first arrived and went up to check-in at the check-in desk, I think we were there for literally a matter of maybe 30 seconds max, and I already had someone coming over and apologizing for our wait. In fact, we apologized twice for I think a total of a 3-minute wait before we got checked in. So undoubtedly that was a great experience.
But after check-in, the service started to go downhill a little bit. As a Crockfords guest, you're entitled to nightly turn-down service, which we got on the first night, and it was awesome. The robes were out, the bed was turned down, we had chocolates and water bottles by the bedside. Absolutely loved it. The second night when we came back to the room, we had not gotten our turn down service. The third night, we again did not get turn down service, and we really were counting on those bottles of water to be by the bedside. I know it sounds like a nitpicky thing to say, oh boo-hoo, we didn't get turn down service, but when you're paying a lot for a hotel room, that's one of the amenities you're paying for and you've come to expect. And when they don't deliver, it's a little bit disappointing. Even more disappointing was when I called downstairs to ask about it. I asked if they could bring bottles of water to the room, and I was told if they did that, they would be the Fiji bottles and we would be charged for them. I can guarantee you if I had that same request at the Wynn or Encore, I would not get that same response.
All right, so next up about Resorts World is, of course, the casino. So first off, as you walk into Resorts World, the casino is massive and really expansive. It's easy to navigate, pretty well lit. I feel like another thing that this resort really has a lot of is just slot machines. There are several new slot machines, a lot that we've actually never seen at other casinos. So if you're a slot player, I feel like this is a really good casino for you to get a total variety of different games. Now, while talking about slot machines, one thing I really have to point out, and I know this sounds funny, but if you've been to Resorts World, you know what I'm talking about, is actually the chairs when you sit down and play at the slot machines. It is one of the best seats that you can have. You could stay there for hours and not get uncomfortable. In fact, we actually saw a couple people taking naps in these seats. So really comfortable seats, so that's a plus in my book. Now, the other thing I do want to bring up is the cocktail service. So unfortunately, this trip, we really had a lot of misses with the cocktail service. We sat down for several hours at times, or several long stints. In fact, we only saw like one cocktail server one morning. We came down there doing like the whole side of the casino. So, you know, like I said, I think that everybody has a different experience, but unfortunately this trip, the service was a little lacking.
Okay, let's talk about restaurants. Resorts World is a foodie's paradise. It has, in my mind, one of the best restaurant lineups on the entire Strip. Of course, you've got Carver Steak, which is one of the most highly acclaimed steakhouses to come to the Strip in a few years. Brezza, which we ate at, has recently been named as one of the top Italian restaurants in the United States.
Wallys. So this is the one place for my birthday trip I was really looking forward to going to, and it did not disappoint. I love wine, I love small plates, charcuterie boards, and if that is something that you are really interested in, I am telling you, you are going to love it. First off, the restaurant itself, we were seated inside. I will say, I feel like if you can be seated inside, that's what I would recommend. They do have an outside area, but it kind of sits just right up off the casino floor in the district walkway, so it can get pretty busy, and I feel like, not a very good intimate atmosphere. But inside, you are surrounded by just shelves and shelves of wine of different varieties, and it is such a cool atmosphere. So, you know, if you're there for a birthday or a special event, I couldn't recommend Wallys anymore.
Resorts World also has Caviar Bar, Kusanori, Fuhu, one of the few high-end vegan restaurants on the Strip, and Crossroads. And then on top of that, it has a lot of great casual options, including the Famous Foods Street Eats, which is a food hall that I absolutely love. Now, I know a lot of people don't necessarily like the variety there. It's mostly Asian. There's sushi and a lot of different Asian cuisines. However, it does have burgers and it does have a barbecue place. There's pizza to be had on the property as well. So you can have anything you want at Resorts World without having to leave the property.
So let's talk about the pool, which is, in my opinion, one of my favorite categories at staying at any resort and hotel out in Las Vegas. So number one, Resorts World has several different pools. They are awesome. I feel like the pools themselves are really decent size. There actually is a separate family area pool, which is kind of nice because that way the kids tend to gravitate more towards that pool. The other thing that I've noticed, it's got a great bar and grill outside. And one thing that separates Resorts World pool from the rest is I feel like the abundance of shade. So a lot of times at pools in Las Vegas, you actually have to purchase the cabana in order to get shade. Well, not here. At Resorts World, they actually have several different umbrellas available that you can just use, and that's including even just the regular loungers, which is really cool, especially in those really hot summer Vegas months. So Resorts World does have a more exclusive pool. It's called the Athena Ultra Pool. It's actually the only infinity edge pool on the Las Vegas Strip. It's got amazing views, and the good thing about it is 21 and up at that pool only. So the pool at Resorts World is honestly one of our favorites. It's got a great atmosphere, great vibe, and if a pool is important to you while out in Las Vegas, I feel like you'll be very happy with Resorts World pool.
All right, the last thing about Crockfords and Resorts World in general is convenience. Now, you're gonna read online about how the location at Resorts World is not very good, and that's absolutely true. It's at the north end of the Strip. It's not terribly walkable to anything nearby.
Now, one day we actually did walk to mid-strip from Resorts World. It was a beautiful day, so the walk itself was not bad. We did end up Ubering back just because we were tired after all that walking, but really it's not too far of a walk if you are wanting to do that on a nice day.
In the immediate neighborhood, Circus is right next door, so that's not great. Although the Fashion Show Mall is really close, and if you want to walk to Encore or Wynn, that's also just a short walk. So while the neighborhood is not that great right now, the North Strip is obviously an up-and-coming area of the Las Vegas Strip. Give it 2 or 3 years and it might actually be in a great location. Another matter of convenience at Resorts World, or in this case, should I say inconvenience, is the layout of the property.
So no matter what hotel you're actually staying in, the elevators are quite a walk from the casino.
We were actually in the Crockfords West Tower, which I've seen some complaints online about how long that walk is. Honestly, it's not terrible, and for us it wasn't a big deal, but if you don't like long walks, that might be a consideration for you.
So overall, we really enjoyed our stay at Crockfords at Resorts World, and quite honestly, we would stay there again in a heartbeat. And so the biggest question is about whether or not we would recommend this property, and that is absolutely.
Yeah, we would recommend Crockfords, and we would recommend Resorts World as a whole. It's becoming quickly one of our favorite properties on the Strip. Hey, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss this or any videos in the future. Hey, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you in the next one because there's always more for us to show you
On Show Me Vegas. Bye, guys.